It is the Wide Nine, ladies and gentlemen, running the thing. And he did a great job all season long. The one, the only, the commissioner, the governor, Tom Milliken. He's not just the governor, he's the commissioner as well.
Wow. Well, this is it for the season. We don't force it. We might do a draft winner for Agency One, depending on the amount of news that's out there. But yeah, this is a sad day. This is depressing. And since we're under a winter storm watch here, and the storm that's coming, I just wanted to add this quickly. Did you see the pictures from the Rose Bowl yesterday?
No.
They had a massive hailstorm. And you got to check this out. The Rose Bowl looks like a winter wonderland.
Wow.
Awesome. Crazy. So that's a storm that's coming, so we all might die.
Yeah.
All right, Matthew Stafford got a lot of monkeys off his back this season and changed his narrative forever. Did winning the Super Bowl seal his fate in terms of making the Hall of Fame?
No. Very close, but no, it's not sealed because you have to have, at least in my opinion, have an all-pro, and you have to be considered in most years, or at least a decent amount of years, at least a top 5 quarterback or an A position, and he's never been that. So right now, not a Hall of Famer. I know the numbers look like he will. And you know what? Look, he'll have another 5 to 6 years, and he'll probably add on to that. So he'll probably be a Hall of Famer. But right, if he would have retired today, I say no.
I agree, no. There's still plenty of time, to your point, and he's always been 5 to 10, right? That's his ranking in the era that he has played.
Right.
And now, is it his
Nothing wrong
fault?
with that either.
No, is it his fault that there's Aaron Rodgers, there was Tom Brady, there was Peyton Manning? I mean, all of those different guys. No, it's not his fault, but that's when you're compared with those of your era, and because with the era comes the style of offense. This is a very quarterback-driven league right now. 5 to 10's not going to get it done. He's got to be number 1 or number 2, somewhere in that top 5 on a more than just a 1 year. Now, in my opinion, it has to be a 2 or 3 year stretch to become a Hall of Famer.
You know, barring some sort of big problem with his back, I actually think he's going to get in, and that he will deliver on these other things that he still needs to accomplish. And then we'll look back and say the Super Bowl is what clinched it.
Maybe.
And real quick, let me throw this in there. I've been getting this weird feeling lately that there's a chance he could actually come back here.
Like LeBron came back to Cleveland.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the Rams, and they could kind of self-destruct pretty quick with the McVay and Donald rumors. It may not happen this year.
When's his contract up? After
2 years, I think.
24?
Yeah, I just never say no.
Ready?
Yeah.
Would you welcome him back?
Sure. I'm still playing at a high level. Why
What if
not?
him and Verlander both come back in the same year? All right.
John's looking like, oh,
No, I'm fine with him coming back, but why are we talking about it now? He's not our quarterback right now.
I'm just brought the question. Nothing wrong with that. And you are salty.
I'm a little
He
salty.
is. He won't promote the ticket. He promotes violence.
I came in this morning in a great mood. I told Greg I was in a I think not anymore. Let's go.
Let's face it, the Rams won a Super Bowl building a team the unconventional way by selling off years of first-round picks to acquire proven talent. Do you think teams will try to copycat the Rams? And if so, what team is most likely to do so?
I think most teams are going to continue to build through the draft, add here and there through free agency. But if I was to peg one, I think there's a number of teams that would go this route. But I think the clock is ticking for Jerry Jones. Not in regards to the NFL. The Dallas Cowboys aren't going anywhere.
Right.
But Jerry Jones is no spring chicken. He would love to get back to the Super Bowl. I think he eventually says, I don't care about my kids. I don't care about anything else. I just want to get back. Effing, let's go.
I have 2. One, it won't make sense right away because of cap issues. But the Saints, with their really good defense, they just need a quarterback. They could go all in, get rid of Michael Thomas because we know what his deal is, and go get another receiver. And the other one's also from the same division because the Carolina Panthers owner, Mr. Tepper, Tepper, he wants to win big time. So I think he went after Stafford before. So he could go all in and do whatever it takes to get there.
How pissed would you be if Stafford eventually goes to Carolina and we never got Micah Parsons?
Yes. Why are we even thinking about that?
I still say I keep an eye out on the Panthers for Rodgers and Adams combo.
Yeah.
All right, obviously the Bengals had a great season. Most think they are here to stay with Joe Burrow at the helm. How
disagree. I think, although the AFC is stacked at that position, I think they are really good. And obviously, the Mixon, the receivers. Their defense is pretty good. They need an offensive line. They get that, and they're right there.
I think he makes one more. And it's because Cincinnati in their division is a bit of an issue. It's not a huge issue because you don't have to win it, obviously, to get into the playoffs. But with Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cleveland, you got some great organizations in that division. But then you've got New England with Bill Belichick right now. And Mac Jones. You've got Buffalo with Josh Allen. You've got Tennessee with Mike Vrabel. Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes. The Charger with Justin Herbert. Denver possibly with Aaron Rodgers. Right? All right, now, I mean, to try and run that gauntlet more than one or two more times is going to be really, really hard.
Well, I still think I think there's a little fool's gold to what they did this year. No taking away from them, but they certainly got ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
Oh, no question.
And to me, it's sort of like the 2001 Patriots, where they still had a lot of work to do to build their foundation, and they kind of pushed the envelope a little early. I see how the Bengals. It's what they do from here. Not the easy part was getting the high draft picks and hitting them. Now it's building that steady foundation long term. All right, nobody saw the Bengals doing what they did this year. What team picking in the top 5 this coming draft has the best chance to pull up Bengals?
You look at the top 5, all right, you got Jacksonville, young quarterback, new coach. I think they were stunted, or at least Trevor Lawrence was stunted in his development this year. Houston, no. The Jets, no. The Giants, maybe. If you're looking at that top 5, I think the team that could make the biggest run is the Detroit Lions.
I disagree. I mean, if you're talking about just for next year, and nobody, but I'm going to say out of the top 5, the team that will get to the promised land the quickest, has the most potential, is the Jaguars. Because I think they have a pretty good defense. They have Trevor Lawrence. Doug Peterson's been there before. I think that's the team.
You went with the old Philly guy.
Well, it's
Big year next year for Trevor
Yes,
Lawrence in terms of being a franchise guy.
no doubt.
All right, looking back on the 2021 NFL season, there were tons of great plays. What was your favorite play of the season?
It was a meaningless game. It was the Jaguars and the Cardinals when former Lion Jamal Agnew returned a Matt Prater missed field goal 109 yards.
Solid.
The 2 former Lions.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, the second, I had 2, and with the possibility of stealing your thunder, I don't care, I'm going to do it. And it wasn't my favorite play, but it was the play of the year because it just was such a microcosm. It was Tucker's field goal against the Lions.
No, it's not my play. I'm never going to give a play of the year to a kicker.
So 2 special teams.
2 special teams plays. No, I'm going to stay here locally, and it is Amon-Ra St. Brown. First touchdown catch of his career, first win for the Detroit Lions. I thought, I mean, I've kind of enjoyed watching the development of Amon-Ra and watching him become a really good receiver, excited about his future. To watch that moment, to watch the celebration that it created after that, to me, that and especially just staying local because I really care about what happens around the NFL. It's just about the Detroit Lions. I'm going to take that one.
Okay.
All right, there doesn't appear to be a can't-miss prospect in the 2002 NFL Draft. When all is said and done, who will end up having the best career out of this draft?
I love watching Kyle Hamilton play. And he's 6'4", 225. I think he's going to play the majority of his career at about 235. He can support in the run. You talk about an NFL right now where the tight end position is becoming a very impactful position and dominant position with some of the great tight ends. He can cover a tight end. He can eliminate that position. He can also cover a slot. His ability to be a force in the middle, I think, is his potential is outstanding.
Well, John, we actually agree. I wrote down Kyle Hamilton, and although, now here's the question. The Lions at 2. Are you taking Kyle Hamilton at 2? Because I'm not, even though I think he might be the best player.
I'm not right now either. I'm undecided right now because it is the safety at that position.
Right.
But would you take Deion Sanders at 2?
Yeah, you would, John.
Yes.
And the reason the way you have to answer is that Von Miller is the guy. You you would normally not take a linebacker at 2.
Right.
But if you believe Kyle Hamilton is the Von Miller version at safety, then you do. I'm not willing to go there as much. I love Hamilton.
Right.
I'll say this: Vegas put out futures for most likely to make the Hall of Fame out of this draft class.
Yeah.
I think Hamilton would actually be the favorite in Vegas.
Yeah.
I do. So I think you guys nailed it. All right, the 2022 NFL League year begins 1 month from today. Who are some free agents that the Lions should target?
Well, I got a few of them now. A lot of them might be too costly for what they want to do. Number one on my list is Marcus Williams, a safety from New Orleans. Obviously, the familiarity. They need a safety. They need linebackers. I would take a chance, even though he hasn't been that healthy, with Van Der Esch or Anthony Barr or Devondre Campbell for Green Bay, as that could be a one. Now they need wide receivers. Either DJ Chark or Christian Kirk are the wide receivers, maybe Zay Jones. And you're going to laugh at this one, but quite frankly, I don't care. I'm not a Tim Boyle, David Blau guy. Don't get me Mitch Trubisky as a backup. I said you'd laugh. So.
I'm trying
They
not
have a
to.
number 1 and number 2 quarterback drafted.
That's right. And also, the other name I wrote down, by the way, it won't cost a lot, Mo Hurst. It's just somebody else to beef up that defense.
Yeah, okay. And get so to your point, I had Marcus Williams as well because of his familiarity with Aaron Glenn. He's young. He coming to and safety is, I think, a huge need.
Yes, especially if they don't sign Tracy Walker.
And if you go and you get Mo, all right, now all of a sudden Leighton Vander Esch is a guy that needs to be unblocked.
Right.
Mo can at least absorb some blocks
Right.
and occupy some offensive linemen. He was my number 2 as well. And I have one that is not on your list. I'm gonna go Darius Williams, corner from the Rams.
Okay.
I think he would be a great addition, and he's a guy that can play zone, he can play man, he will give whoever it is at that other cornerback position the opportunity to develop and find out what we have at that position. But safety, corner, linebacker, huge needs.
Where are you on Marcus May from the Jets? He's coming off an injury. A lot of these guys, I mean, are Sharks coming off an injury. A lot of these
You
guys.
can get him cheap.
Okay.
All right, there's chatter that the NFL will change its rule for overtime for the postseason only. The change would guarantee each team has a possession in OT. Everything else would remain the same. Would you be cool with this change, or would you alter it even more?
I'd be good with that change. If I was going to alter it even more, I would just say, hey, play an extra 15 minutes. You get a 5th quarter. And however it ends after that, that's how it's going to. It's
See, I'd
unlikely.
like the 5 quarters just so everybody could hold up 5 fingers and I know he gave it.
They're going to hold up 4 on one, and you're number 1 on the other. I mean,
I want to do that crosstalk today. You guys, when Gator walks in, won't do that. It's for him to try to figure it out.
I'd be cool with it. I mean, I don't have a problem with the way it is now, but I'd be cool with it. It'd be no big deal. That way, everybody would be happy.
Yeah. All right, finally, let's finish with a little college football. Give me your way too early prediction for the college football playoff next season.
Ohio State, C.J. Stroud, Smith and Jimba, Marvin Harrison Jr. They have a new defensive coordinator, so that could be probably going to be good. Alabama, obviously, with Young. They got the transfer wide receiver from Georgia. I'm going to go a little off the beaten path here. Utah.
come on!
Come out of the Pac-12. I mean, they have a tough game, maybe at Florida, but they can run the table. Their quarterback rising, right? He's coming back. And here's the other one. It's going to be whoever wins the Clemson at Notre Dame game. I'm going to say Clemson will be back.
Clemson's not back. Notre Dame is not back. No. I'm going to go Alabama. Alabama, Ohio State, Utah, and I don't want to say it again, but Georgia.
2 SEC teams again.
Yeah, I tried to be different.
Until I wanted to be different too, but you look at it and you say, okay, I'm being different by putting a Pac-12 team in there. They haven't been there for half a decade.
You're salty with picking the same team.
Yeah, you took my free agents too.
You guys sad?
Sad the Divide Nine's over?
I am too.
Maybe we can see.
Greg should cue up some Boys to Men. It's so hard to say goodbye to what we had.
Maybe we'll come up with something like basketball.
Greg just
Well,
wants
it doesn't work.
Greg just wants to
Starting
take a break.
Criticize that afternoon show criticizes all the time. We don't need a basketball game. It's okay.
The starting 5. All right. That's the wide 9 here on 97.1 The Ticket. BetMGM welcomes you with a special offer on the NBA. Simply place a $10 moneyline wager on any game. If either team hits a 3-pointer, you'll win $200 in free bets. Just the bonus code STONY. That's all you need to use, STONY200. Plus, you'll earn BetMGM reward points that can be redeemed for only 200 to win $200 in free bets. For either team, it's a three-pointer. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 years of age or older to wager. Michigan only. New customer offer. All promotions are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable free bets or site credit. Free bets expire 7 days from issuance. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help. Excludes Michigan disassociated persons.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by DuckDuckGo. Things are still pretty quiet on the freeways this morning. Just a couple of minor accidents. One now on the left shoulder of 94 westbound right after 26 Mile, and an earlier crash blocking the shoulder 94 eastbound just after M39. What is it that makes you uniquely you? Well, DuckDuckGo doesn't think that's any of their business, and frankly, it shouldn't be the business of any tech company. Protect your privacy online for free with DuckDuckGo. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
97.1 The Ticket would like to remind you that when you text the ticket, standard text messaging rates apply.
This is Boomer Esiason with an Odyssey Sports Minute. The football gods blessed the NFL with 7 consecutive exhilarating playoff games, culminating in a blockbuster Super Bowl audience of 112.3 million viewers. Now the league can turn its focus onto other business, which includes fixing the broken Rooney Rule, hiring process, a potential tanking scandal, and more workplace misconduct allegations down in Washington. So, enjoy the offseason, Roger Goodell. Should be interesting. I'm Boomer Esiason.
Hey, Ray Magliozzi here. I'd like to carry more cards at my shop, but I just don't have the room. Every time I go in the back to get wiper blades, I trip over a dusty crate of Honda air filters and bang my head on some GTO radiator hoses. eBay Motors never has that problem. They stock all the right cards at the right prices. 122 million of them, with everything from new headlights to vintage gear shifters. I can't imagine being able to stock 122 million parts. I mean, where would I get all those shelves? eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Hi, my name's Joe Cordell. Sometimes in divorce, courts require the higher earner to pay to the other party what's called spousal support or alimony. Usually this order can be modified in certain circumstances, but such modifications are often complicated and are best entrusted to attorneys that are well acquainted with such matters. At Cordell & Cordell, that's our business. Remember, you're not alone.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Detroit area attorneys. A partner men can count on. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor. CordellCordell.com.
Get affordable internet that delivers the speed and reliability you need, and get more value when you add Xfinity Mobile. Now, qualifying customers can get Xfinity Internet free through the Affordable Connectivity Program. That's right. The Affordable Connectivity Program allows Xfinity to provide free high-speed internet to qualifying customers with speeds of up to 100 megabits per second. So